Hello guys, welcome back. This is the final video in the series of video detailing the web page archiving and content analysis set of tools. In this video, I'm going to talk about the shortcomings and the wish list for future versions of this applications and set of tools. So let me go ahead and get started. Some of the things that we want to do that we didn't have enough time to, and that would be really nice, are listed here. So let me go through them. The first thing is a translate on download. If we go back to the web application and we say the download, see over here, we love this option here, which lets you choose a language to go into from when you download. This currently doesn't work. We explored different options to do it. Some of them will be using some APIs and then adding some kind of set of tools to specify API keys using either Google or Baidu or any kind of service provided by an external vendor, or alternatively we could bundle a neural machine translation model and then do on-demand translation that happens offline in the application itself. Now that would require a lot more work, since I would have to set up the neural network pipeline and run the model, as well as train the model with relevant languages. But that would be a nice feature to include in the future. Another feature that would be nice once this is done is viewing the translated website. So adding some kind of tooling or menus to the web viewer application to handle viewing that. And the way that would work is say imagining the translate on download would add a translated version of the website inside the web file, which then the web viewer could pick out and show the contents of. Next up, we were having some issues with building the application in macOS. The application builds completely. However, there's some discrepancies and a little bit of inconsistencies with the way the Python builder that we use packages, and the way Electron references the paths to resources, which causes the Python scripts not to run when the application is run through build mode. It works if I run it in development mode, and it probably only requires some research regarding the way this path works. Next up, also improving the content extraction. As of now, the content extraction is very inspired by a set of tools called the readability, which was then deprecated. But the code that references is there, and the part that was ported to Python only implemented a small chunk of all the heuristics that are possible. In order to extract all the content, there's still a couple more things that could be added from the original code and from some of the other research papers that are in the documentation and that are included with all the other contents of this project. After that, a couple of other cosmetic things. Improving the way of viewing the extracted data. Right now, if I go to the application and I open a WAP file, I view a WAP file here. The only way to viewing the extracted content right now is either by unzipping the WAP file and digging through the contents, or if I go here and I press the Alt U command. This is probably good enough, and I can get all the contents from here. But it might be easier to have a different way of making that exportable or extracted into another way. Similarly, adding menus to the application to go back right now. The only way to go back is pressing Alt and the back arrow key, but it shouldn't be too hard to add options to this menu up here to do some of those things. Next, we also want to create a more robust API or Python module to view the contents of a WAP file and pass those over to the WAP application. Right now, it relies on some logging statements that then the WAP viewer can reference and use as a way of figuring out in what stage of download the program is currently at. So that could probably be improved a lot more. We also would like to have a Windows distribution. We only really tested this on Linux based systems, Mac OS and Ubuntu. But in theory, since we're using Electron, it should be relatively simple to get a working version on Windows. And then lastly, we could probably improve a lot of the speed of the download. A lot of this is detailed in the final project documentation, where we have other wishes and things that we would like to see. Thank you for listening.